Good day, my friend, and how are you doing today? I am Eric Anderson, and I am here playing around with this Metronome Beats app on my iPad. It's just a cool little tool that you can use in your music space, and I gotta tell you, I think I forgot to mention this app or this feature when I was going through the front page or the first page that you open up when you first download it. And so here it is. This is how this little feature works. Let's say that you're working on a piece of music that's played at 100 beats a minute, and it's in standard 4/4 time, and we have four beats per bar, and we just have one click per beat or one note per beat. So it's just your standard 4/4 kind of music. So on the metronome, it would sound like this. But you've got your instrument of choice and you're trying to work on the phrasing or the melody of the song, and you feel like this tempo is too fast. So this cool little feature lets you do this. Down here where you see the 50, 75%, 85%, and 95%, what that enables you to do is you can immediately slow down the metronome to half of its normal speed when you go to 50%. So at 100 beats a minute, 50% of that would be 50 beats a minute. That way you can slow the gnome down, get your phrasing correct, get your melody correct, get the right spacing of your notes. And once you got that working pretty good, then you can push it up to 75% of the gnome's reading. So if the reading where you have it set is 100 beats a minute, well, 75% of 100 is 75. So now you're playing at 75 beats a minute. And then if you were to skip it up to 85%, you can hear that it speeds up a little bit more. And now you would be playing at 85% of the speed of 100, which would be 85 beats a minute. And then you can finally bump it up to just shy of the full speed at 95%. So you're playing 5% slower than the pieces to be played at, which at this particular setting at 100, 95% of 100 is 95. And then finally you go back to 100%, and there you go. So check this out. Let's do this real quick, just to give it a little bit more context. I'm just gonna scroll this thing up, kind of like, there you go. So now we're at 163 beats a minute. So here we go. We got it like, so that's 163 beats a minute. Now, because that's way too fast for me, I'm gonna drop it down to 50, which what would that be? That would be around like 80, somewhere in the 80 beats a minute range. Not sure exactly where. Okay, so now I got my phrasing there. Then I can push myself up to 75% of 163 beats a minute. Then I can push to 85% of 163, 95% of 163, and finally I can get myself back to that target tempo that I'm after, which would be, in this case, 163 beats a minute. So it doesn't matter how fast or how slow that you set your metronome, you can slow it down to half of the metronome setting to get your phrasing, get your melody right, get your rhythms right, and then you can push yourself up to 75 beats of that original setting, and then you can push yourself to 85%, of the original setting, 95% of the original setting, and finally it gets restored to the original setting. So it's just a cool feature. It's very, very useful for any time that you need to slow it down. And I'll just say this real quick. The value of that is being able to just slow it down until you can get it correct consistently, and then you can start to ramp things up from that point on. Because fast and sloppy is always sloppy, and guess what? You pretty much drive everybody away with sloppy sound and poorly played rhythms. So that's my rumor, and I'm sticking to it. Have a good day. Have fun with this app, and I will see you on the next video, okay? Bye-bye.